Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm here with another week's worth of meals. So here goes Sunday with my Caribbean shrimp over rice, and this is my jasmine rice. It is my favorite grain of rice. I know that sounds weird, but it's definitely my favorite. I always want to stress the importance of washing your rice. See all that gooky stuff on top? You don't want that on your clean rice. Then I got these on sale at Sam's Club for $12, that big old thing of shrimp. Cleaned them. Very important to clean your shrimp and devein them. There's all the shells and the yucky stuff that was inside of them. Went ahead and cut up a bell pepper, red and yellow. Didn't have the film footage of that, as well as half an onion, the usual suspects, my good old Creole seasoning. And you want to use a little bit of olive oil. Looks like a lot, but it's spread out. Then I went ahead and input my shrimp. You hear it sizzle, season them up. And then I went ahead and got my old favorite minced garlic, y'all. Love me some minced garlic. Dumped a whole tablespoon of that. And here's why I call it Caribbean shrimp. This is a organic online hot sauce brand. Look at that. It had pineapple, ghost pepper. It was really Caribbean flavors, and that's why I call it Caribbean shrimp. Sauteed it with the shrimp, and you have this. When I tell y'all, this smacked. It was so flavorful, spicy yet sweet. Tony had the brown rice because she liked that, and I had the white. And then here we go, Monday night. It's been cold, weird, I know, so I made some homemade chicken soup. Started off with boiling my chicken breast, and I did that with half a lemon as well as onion. The other half of the onion I went ahead and diced up. This is about the only time you'll see me have celery, because I don't like celery, but you have to have that in chicken soup. So diced that up along with some carrots. Got that in my Instapot with a little bit of oil on the bottom, olive oil, and then I sauteed them. Instapot is the truth. I don't care what nobody say. But anyway, went ahead and sauteed those and seasoned it with a little bit of pink Himalayan salt, as well as some medley peppers. This time the chicken was done cooling, so I went ahead and diced that up. And I always like to use fresh herbs if I can. I wish I had an herb garden, but dill always goes with chicken noodle soup, so I got some fresh dill. Put that on my chicken, as well as some minced garlic, you guessed it, a little bit of paprika and onion powder. Then I used a whole bottle of this chicken stock that I got from Kroger, and then I put that in the pot and I let that go for about, gosh, I want to say 30 minutes. Then in a separate pot, I went ahead and boiled this whole bag of noodles. You don't want to cook them together, because then, you know, it'll get like gelatinous and jello-like because of all of the starch that comes off the noodles. So you want to cook it separate. That's the look at it. Then I went ahead, when the noodles were done, went ahead and put them in the Instapot and let that simmer for a few minutes. And this did a body good, y'all. It was so good and flavorful and comforting. It comes around and we are having an oldie but goodie: meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and green beans. So I had 2 sets of potatoes. I wanted to use up those white potatoes, and I used a little bit of the russet. A thing of water you'll need once I cut my potatoes and peel them. I always put them in water to rinse off the starch, and so they don't get brown while I'm cutting the rest of them, like so. Ahead and got the water on the stove to let it boil. While that's happening, I went ahead and chopped up my veggies, which is half a bell pepper, half an onion, and a little bit of Kamala olives. Yes, olives, ladies. And I use ground turkey for my meatloaf. You can use ground beef, but we just become accustomed to my ground turkey. And those are all the seasonings that I use, as well as my breadcrumbs. Moisture, I always use half a can of the Hertz tomato sauce. I'm not with the whole eggs in meatloaf. Some people do that. I just use this for moisture. I do mix everything in a large bowl, and just to be different, I thought, why not do mini? So I use this olive oil nonstick cooking spray in each one of the little indentations. put in my meat. And y'all, this was really cool because it cut down on the cook time since they were little. This only took about 45 minutes opposed to an hour and a half in the oven. Then we got my potatoes going, and I used a half a stick of butter, half a thing Philadelphia cheese, and a whole lot of milk. Don't knock it till you tried it. I am like the heavyweight champ when it comes to mashed potatoes, y'all. And here it is, my mini meatloaves, mashed potatoes, and my favorite green beans. Once again, dinner was a whole yes from both me and the honey. Okay, it is Wednesday, hump day, and we are having pork chops. Yes, we eat pork chops way too much in this house, but it's a nice, affordable cut of meat. Here are all of my seasonings, and look at that 50% sticker right there, y'all. You cannot beat that. You have to, if it say 50%, it don't matter what it is, you buy it. Once again, using my Instapot with a little rack at the bottom, we are going to fry these in the pot. I usually use these little tins to season my meat. I'll season the meat and then put it back in the refrigerator for about an hour just to let, spices soak in there. And some good old rice-a-roni. Ain't nothing wrong with rice-a-roni. Bump what you heard. Wild rice flavor is undefeated. I don't care what nobody say. So these are the pork chops out of the refrigerator for about an hour and a half, seasoned up. And yeah, here comes the goodness, y'all. Here it comes. Boom. Dinner was delicious. When I tell you that the pork chops came out super tender, super juicy, super flavorful in the daggone Instapot. I should get sponsored by Instapot. I'm saying. Right, come through Thursday, we having some beef noodles. Once again, I caught a deal on some stewed beef. It's already cubed up, which less work for me. I went ahead and cut about half an onion. Didn't do finely chopped. They're kind of thick just because I wanted a little texture. And I went ahead and seasoned and sauteed my beef. The seasoning I used was pepper, paprika, I want to say a bit of cayenne pepper. Then you'll see me put in some minced garlic. I put in a lot of minced garlic, y'all. I'm about to zoom in and show you how much. Boom, look at that big old chunk of minced garlic. I don't play. Then I hit it with half a bottle of beef broth, just to, have a little bit of sauce. And then I hit it with a couple of dashes of Worcestershire sauce. It didn't have the consistency I like, so I wanted to go ahead and thicken it up. So what you do is you get all-purpose flour as well as a little bit of water, mix it up in a separate bowl, then add it to whatever meat or stock you want to thicken up. There goes my noodles. I added it to the sauce, let it thicken a little bit, and once the meat was done, I just transferred it over to the pot with the noodles, mixed it all up, sauteed it for a few minutes, and it was good to go. Here you have it. Super simple, super quick, very, very easy. I like to hit mine with a little bit of red chili pepper flakes. It'll come in the shot right about now. Just on top to give it a little bit of heat. To Friday, thank you so much for watching the whole video. And we are having linguine with meat sauce. I am using my sweet peppers, which I always buy. Half an onion, probably a third of an onion, sorry. And my favorite Ruby Road tomatoes on the vine. They are so good. All the seasoning that I will be using. The reason why I'm using linguine, I'm not a big fan of spaghetti. I like the flat linguine noodle just because it picks up more of the sauce and meat. I have the ground pepper with the seasoning that I just used. And you guess it, minced garlic. I also think I should get sponsored by minced garlic. Look at all that garlic, y'all. It was glorious. Look at all that garlic. Anyway, so yeah, I let that go for a bit. And then I hit it with my favorite classical tomato basil sauce. Stuff is so good and it's so affordable. This can was bottle was probably like $2.50. Can't beat that. Here comes the controversy. I do put a little bit of sugar in the jar with a little bit of water to get the excess sauce, as well as get rid of that acid taste that comes with jarring things. No, I don't sprinkle it on like Parmesan cheese, but I do put a little in the bottle. And there's my thick, delicious sauce. I love a thick pasta sauce, y'all. Look at all those chunks of tomatoes and bell peppers and onions. If I had some mushroom, I would have diced that up too, but I didn't have all that. But anyway, there goes my linguine with meat sauce. Topped it off with a little red chili pepper flakes. It was very fulfilling, very hearty. Got some good old Texas toast, Parmesan cheese, and yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next week.